which is in the middle of a big, loving, and embracing circle. Right? Lot of love in our neighborhood. I used to say that it's us and them. Today, it's them and them, and we're like, oh, you know. Don't get me started. It's not even us and them, it's them and them nowadays. Small dot, big circle, risk management, right? No. Let's zoom in. We spoke about brands. Emerging brands in the world of bad news. Like this is a super brand, right? Emerging brand, like the new thing right now. This line here doesn't mean anything anymore. It's all ISIS. And that's the place to be and go and do business, right? Cool. We see that half the country is a desert. You know how to read, great. The other half is not. Here's central Israel. Here's a town called Jerusalem, where you are going to be. Here's a town called Lviv, where we are right now. And here is a line that I bothered to paint in green, because we call it the
green line.
Green line, thank you. Separating between this part and that part. Call them whatever you want. I don't care. Israel, Palestine, West Bank, Judea, Samaria, Javier, Moshe. I don't care. It doesn't matter. What I care about is this corridor in between the Mediterranean Sea and that green line, which you are going to bypass at least twice. And this corridor is where all the action takes place, or most of the action takes place. Most people who come to do business in Israel are inside this area. And in this corridor, if this is Greater Tel Aviv, so that's the same width. So let's say Greater Tel Aviv, you go with kilometers, right? I don't know. Buenos Aires is big, so not Buenos Aires. But Rosario, how many people live in Rosario?
1 million.
1 million. How wide is Rosario, like from east side to west side? If you have to go across town, how many kilometers? 50? 20?
30.
20, 30 maybe?
30.
30, because 20 is right? Like your neighborhood is probably 8. 30? So Buenos Aires is like what? 80? Because it's double more, right?
Much more.
So this is Greater Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is not Buenos Aires, but maybe Rosario, so like 20, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Try 13. So on top of everything, Israel is small.
Tiny.
When I say to groups from China that there are 8 million people here, they say, what, here in this part of Tel Aviv? And I say, no, in the entire country. So they say, so why don't you all live in 2 buildings? You want to understand Israel economically? Take New Jersey, strip it from continental United States, put it in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, but not as a state like Hawaii, as a sovereign country. And then you understand Israel. Because we are pretty much isolated. We're not part of the regional economic organization of the Middle East, which doesn't exist. We're not part of Europe. We're not part of Mercosur or anything like that. We're by ourselves. Everything is far away. Europe is over there. America is way over there. China is over there. You're not from Europe, so we don't need this. So you want to tell me, Assaf, me, Javier, from that this place is relevant to me in terms of high-tech innovation and startup. Come on. So when I meet groups such as yours and others that are here for conferences, investor delegations particularly, I pause and I ask them, there you are, you can write here, small dot, big circle, Holy Land, weird monks, desert, bad news, small, big circle. I'm going to be your mom and ask you, what on earth were you thinking coming to do business in this war zone? What do you think the other business delegations answer back? They came here for scouting, they came here to meet with companies, they came here for a specific conference in their field, or there are other groups like yours. And there's always one answer that repeats itself. Many of them, by the way, are a little bit older, and they're coming here business-oriented, like you probably were here last time. So you're coming here focused, you're not here to rest. We are looking for, ask me, what are you looking for? Partners, business. Come on.
Suppliers.
Suppliers, ideas.
Money.
Money. Thank you.
Show me the money.
Money. They want to make money. Businesses, they have this funny thing. They want to make money. So making money means that we have to find the right opportunities. That's right. Who hesitated? I'm not sure. Opportunities, especially in the fields of technology. Because here's what's happening. We are all living through a revolution called the information revolution. We don't notice it. Guess what? Our great-grandparents didn't notice they were living in an industrial revolution. They were just born in the village, grew up in the city, and the world changed until they were 40. They invented schools, no need for backyard agriculture anymore. We go to work at the factory, their lives changed, and they changed with it. That's the way our lives changed. Like, there was no internet 20 years ago for most of us. Like, I don't know, we didn't have smartphones 7 years ago. There was no Facebook 7 years ago or 8 years ago. We will all have probably virtual reality or who knows what in the next 20 years. So we are living through revolutionary times from a technological perspective. And in revolutions, usually new frontiers are opening up. So for example, through the Industrial Revolution, a lot of people in the United States, thanks to trains and other means, were able, or saving food for a few weeks so we could take a carriage and go, were looking for opportunities in a region of the United States that was called the Wild West. Because all these entrepreneurs went to Boston, maybe, I don't know, Berlin, Paris, New York, or New Amsterdam, whatever, and said, hey bankers, we know that there's gold in the West, so we want to raise money for an expedition because we know where the gold is. We're going to go to Argentina, this new land, or Peru, and we're going to look for the gold. Then we're going to carve the gold, forget the Indians, we're going to take the gold and bring it back to Europe so we could all be rich. That's right. Now, did most of these entrepreneurs, cowboys, were able to raise money for their expeditions? Like whoever wanted money got it? No. Those who were able to fund their expeditions and went west, did most of them ever get to the west? Did they ever get there? No. A lot of them failed, meaning they died on the way, or got stuck, or whatever. Those who got to the west, did most of them find gold? No. But it built the entire continental America, more or less. So, it's the same in this revolution. Only the frontiers are not just geographical, and it's not a natural resource. It's technology and businesses. So the word on the street is that in this piece of land, it's a concentration of gold mines.